If you find yourself in a state of being right now where it feels like you can only go about 5 minutes without having to check your phone, without having a scroll, or without having to take a hit in your vape, then this is the video for you. This is a clear proof system that I use every single time my brain feels, and it's something that you can quickly and easily apply to get the result that you want, or being able to just literally focus and literally use your brain. Because right now you feel like you have a gravitational pull to your phone and you want to be able to get shit done. So how do we actually do this? Well, firstly, it comes down to understanding the neurotransmitter dopamine. Basically, what dopamine is associated for is anticipation, reward, and pleasure. So, as an example, whenever you take a hit of that vape, it feels quite good. That's dopamine being excreted. When you have a scroll session for 3 hours on your phone, dopamine is getting excreted. Or when you finish a shift from your job, you then release dopamine. The idea is for us to be able to transfer the dopamine from these things that you don't want it to go to. So for example, if you feel so fucked that you can't not scroll for every 5 minutes, it means your dopamine's out of whack. If you can't go 5 minutes without hitting your vape, it means your dopamine's out of whack. If you can't enjoy yourself if you're not overstimulated all the time, it means your dopamine is out of whack. How on earth do we fix this complex problem? Well, it's actually quite simple, but it is hard. Simply, what you need to do is nothing. I'm being serious. You literally just need to do nothing. The reason why doing nothing is so effective at kind of clearing your brain is because right now you're in a state where you are so overstimulated. You've got so much going on all the time. When was the last time you actually let your brain rest? I remember I was like this a few years ago, back when I was like 19, 20, I'd be smoking weed, watching porn, like doom scrolling all day, eating junk food, vaping, playing video games, all this kind of stuff all the time. And then when I had to go and do something like read a book or actually focus, I couldn't because my brain was working against me. The reason why this happens, obviously when you involve yourself in things like, drinking, drugs, watching porn, playing video games, scrolling, eating loads of junk food, is your brain will try and get dopamine wherever it can in the easiest way possible. And all these things, drinking, watching porn, playing video games, social media, it's so easy for you to access. You have your phone on you right now. You're watching this video from your phone. You can go on Instagram, you can go on TikTok and get dopamine easily. You can get porn up. You can go downstairs to the fridge and get a bottle of beer. You can go get junk food from your cupboard. You can roll a joint pretty easily. This stuff is so easy to get. And that's the problem, because your brain doesn't really give a fuck where you get dopamine from. And that's why you keep going back to these bad habits and find it difficult to actually have your brain focused, okay? So what we need to do is systematically remove each one of these stimuli from your environment. So as an example, right, we can cut out watching porn. And the way we do this is by removing any stimuli which leads us to porn. So you say to yourself, I'm not gonna watch porn. Now, whenever you get the urge, you have to kind of resist it. This takes a little bit of willpower. You resist it, okay? So now what's gonna happen is, because you're resisting the urge to go watch porn, your brain is in a state where it's looking for stimulation, okay? So now that it's in a state of looking for stimulation, what's it gonna do? It's gonna go find it from something else. So you're either gonna go play video games, you're either gonna go smoke weed or drink alcohol or do some other dumb shit, okay? Your brain is now gonna have to offload all the dopamine you would have got from your porn onto something else. And what we do is just slowly sanction off all the bad habits that you have been doing, so then you can now use your brain points for other more productive things. So for example, let's say you want to start reading because you hear reading is good, you want to learn more, but at the moment you're not in a state where you can read a book for even 30 seconds. It's just hard and it fucking sucks. The more we cut out these are called instant gratification habits, right? The instant gratification is basically where you get reward now, but that's a detriment down the line, right? If we remove these instant gratification habits slowly, systematically over time, and we get our brain into a state where we are comfortable with doing nothing, what that allows your brain to do is actually level out its dopamine levels. Because at the moment, they're all over the fucking place. They're going up 1 minute and then they're plummeting down below baseline. What we want to do is slowly lower the baseline threshold by not being stimulated. So your objective is to literally remove all the crap in your surroundings and do nothing for as long as possible. I shit you not, if you spend 6 hours today sitting there not doing anything, and then you go pick up a book and you start reading it, I guarantee you're going to find it a lot more stimulating and a lot easier. The problem you have right now is that you have not crafted your environment for success. your environment is probably one of the most important things if you want to succeed in a goal. Why is this? Because your environment supports the goal. If you're surrounded by things that you're trying to quit and you're trying to, get rid of, willpower is only going to take you so far. I have this issue at the moment where I come back from work, right? I'm on a cut. I finish work. I work in a gym. I work quite late and I finish work at 10. I get back maybe about 20 to 11 at night. I'm on a cut. I'm trying to be in a deficit and lose some fat. Every single time I come back from work, I'm ravenously hungry. I want to eat a load of food. I go in the cupboard. I go in the pantry. There's some like lemon meringue in the fridge right now and I'm like salivating at the thought of it. It's not good. The environment isn't conducive to success. The idea is that we need to create something that will enable you to succeed. So obviously if you've got weed, get rid of the weed. If you've got alcohol, get rid of the alcohol. Get rid of these stimulations. So obviously remove social media off your phone. This is one of the biggest advocates that I would suggest for anyone like yourself. You don't need social media. You really don't need social media. Remove the junk food. Remove all these stimulants. Once you remove them, you'll give your brain time to breathe. Go out, sit in nature, look at the weather. It's quite nice. It's a lovely day today. The longer you can go without doing anything, the better it's going to be for your brain because it's going to give your brain the opportunity to reset. And once you've maybe done this for maybe a couple of days where you're having this very low stim, the idea is to go for a low stim lifestyle. Once we can manage this, then what we can do is we can start adding stuff back in, but not the instant gratification stuff. It's the stuff that's actually going to make your life better. So it's things like reading, meditating, going for walks, being out in nature, journaling, going to the gym, going out with people you care about and not obviously doing drugs or consuming alcohol. It's productive things because once we start to do these things, then you actually start to latch onto these things like what you did with obviously all the instant gratification stuff. It's really fascinating how this works. It's taken me a few years to get used to this, but I can tell you from personal experience, once you get used to it, it's actually really cool and you end up not enjoying the instant gratification things because they're way too overstimulating, it's way too much, and you actually notice how fucked your head feels. Low stim lifestyle is the best way to go. If you've got any questions on this, leave it in the comments down below and I'll catch you in the next one.